You and Chris are going to be in here talking about God knows what.
Sweet fancy Moses. No. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You have found yourself again on another episode of The Retro Show. Welcome, friends.
It's going to get wild.
It's going to get weird. We decided on this episode, ladies and gentlemen, that we would have what we'd call a free-for-all episode. Basically, we don't know what we're talking about going into this. Generally.
That is not what I called it.
No, okay, so what's
We're
your
going all Willie Vanilli.
Willie Vanilli is what he's come up with. But basically, that's what...
Mark Clegg, you ever heard me say Willie Vanilli before? I know you have.
And... Good grief, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, The Retro Show is an homage to growing up when Chris and I did in the 70s and 80s. And you can join us at retroshow.net to find out where all you can consume this podcast.
It's an homage.
I think we mentioned it was an homage.
It's an homage.
It's an homage. An homage.
That's our big word.
It is. You like that one, don't you?
I do.
It is an homage. If you look at how it's spelled, it looks, what's a homage? What's a homage? But it is an homage to growing up when we did. And so we generally will come in with a topic. And to quote Chris on this, in his term, Willie Vanillian is what we're going to be. Willian and Vanillian is what we're doing today. No topic. We're just going to go into it like, a couple of chickens with their heads cut off.
It's not going to be pretty. This is probably we're going to lose listeners on this.
I don't know. It depends on where it goes, Chris. I don't know. There may be partial nudity later. I can assure you they will not.
No, nobody.
Well, wait a minute. I'm taking the hat off, ladies. No,
nobody needs to see that.
You ever seen a receding hairline like this one? Yeah. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
This is our second recording tonight.
Yes.
And the reason I'm telling y'all this is because some of you people that actually pay attention to details may look and go, hey, that was the same shirt he was wearing.
That's the same shirt. Does he ever change his clothes? Because that's the same thing he had on last week.
Let me try to explain to y'all in the simplest of terms pretty much how this podcast is going to go.
Oh, it's like that, is it?
It is like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Retro Show is, like I said, a podcast that you can find at retroshow.net. And from there, you can find links to our store. You can find links to our radio station. That's right.
And we do have a radio station.
I bought a radio station. I don't even check to see if people even listen to that. I just did it. You know how much it is to get a cheap radio station, folks? It's 99 cents a month.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Now, it's the base start.
And for 2 more 99 cents.
For 2 more of those 99 cents.
You can be a producer on this podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, right there is what we like to call a segue.
I'm good at them.
And I know. And so let's leave for just a second, and then you can find out about how you can become a producer and all the wonderful people that help us each month being a producer on The Retro Show.
These are the wonderful people who support The Retro Show with a monthly contribution of $3. LNC Corporation, Roger McDougall, Melinda Hignite, Dusty Breeze, Kevin Goff, Norton, Crispy, Nancy Schwartz, Joshua Ramsey, Fran Adams, E.M., Bradford Mason, Tonya Highland. Thank you to all of our fantastic supporters. Find out how you can support the podcast by heading to retroshow.net. Thank you.
Folks, welcome back to The Retro Show. As we pointed out, we have no topic today. I'm just going to sit here and look at you like this.
Please don't. Please don't.
I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just looking at you. No. Folks, so, Chris.
Tell me.
What's been happening?
You know what, man?
You got disc golf things happening, right?
I do.
Tell me a story.
I've got big disc golf stuff for the state.
You got a big what? Excuse me?
Big disc golf happenings that's
Okay.
happening for the state, not me, for the state. Some local people here have put in a world class
Yeah.
disc golf course, and
So a little bit of background on this. This is a place called Persimmon Ridge.
yes, and it
Okay.
used to be a 9-hole.
It used to be a 9-hole.
ball golf course.
Yes.
And-
And I played that as a
I
ball.
played it a
Yeah.
bunch too, but it kind of started losing money, I guess, and they kind of lost interest.
Yeah.
And so these folks bought it, and they were going to do some wedding venues and other things out there. And we went out. Me and my wife Cindy drove out there to look at it, the property, and show us all the things. Which I'd played golf there, so I kind of
Right.
Cindy hadn't seen it, and it's Steve and Kim Jones. They're both local people that we grew up with. We're riding around in a golf cart, and Steve looks at me and goes, "Hey, man, I'm thinking about maybe putting in a disc golf course." And I looked at him and I went, "Are you serious? I mean, truly
Yeah,
serious?"
it's really
and he's
serious.
like,
You're not joking,
"Yes."
right? Yeah.
He's like, "Yes, I'm very much considering." I said, "Let me make a phone call." And another personal friend of mine in the state is like the man for dynamic disc in the state of Arkansas, and he runs tournaments all the time, and he designs courses. And I called him and I said, "Have I got a piece of property for you?"
Yeah.
That was on Sunday. He was there on Wednesday. He looked it up on Google Earth while we
Right.
were
And
talking.
so just looking from above.
Yeah,
at
and
the-
he was there. He said, "I'll be there Wednesday," and I just kind of stepped out after that,
And then
I
let them
do their thing, and Persimmon Ridge Disc Golf was born. And
That's amazing.
The first time that I went out there to play it, after they got the holes in, I cussed Matt Lloyd. His name is Matt Lloyd. For people that are listening to this that may know him, I cussed him upside one side down the other. Dude, I will never shoot under par on this. Good God, what are you doing?
What are you doing to me? Yeah.
He had a vision, and it was the correct one.
Yeah.
So
it's a professional level.
yeah, absolutely. Then there's the gold tee pads, which all the Pro Open play from.
Yeah.
That's the long course. The next step down from that's the blue tee pads. That's where I play.
Mm-hmm.
But then they put in another course. They started out with a 9-hole course that cut across the property.
Yeah.
Never got in the way of the other course.
Right.
They called it the Cello, and it's shorter and it's more family friendly.
Right.
And it ended up they've put in another 9 holes on that, and they call it Fun Cello, and it's fun, man. If you've never played disc golf,
It's a good starter course.
It's a good
then.
start,
Yeah.
but you can still go out there and shoot, up if you're not paying attention.
So let me ask you a question. Let's say someone's interested into getting into playing disc golf.
Yeah.
Okay. What do they need to get started?
I mean, basically, you can go and get just a regular. You can do it with a regular frisbee.
Yeah.
Now, if you actually get on YouTube and pull up, just disc golf and find a tournament and watch those guys throw, you'll be like, no, that ain't a regular frisbee.
Yeah.
They have different discs. You got putters, you got mid-range disc, then you've got fairway disc,
Yeah.
and then you got high-speed drivers, and they all do different things.
Yeah.
And
I'm guessing your putters have more control.
your putter is more like a regular frisbee. It's built more like a regular frisbee, and the faster the disc gets, the sharper the edge gets. You know what I'm saying? So like a putter is like you grip it with your hand like so, and you're holding the disc. A driver, you're holding basically like this. I mean, your hands, you're almost closed. It's so close together. And they make them where they'll turn right in the flight, they'll turn hard left, or they'll go straight.
Just depending on the lay of
whatever you need, whatever shot you need.
So if it dog legs over there, you're going to get a particular.
But you don't have to have all that to play the game.
you can start off with just maybe 2 or 3.
I mean, you don't even have to. You could go with just a putter and have a good time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I mean, you could. But they have starter sets that'll have like a driver, a mid range, and a putter.
So, what's the entry point as far as dollar wise? Say
about maybe $30.
Really? So it's an easy. it's a lot cheaper than buying a set of golf gloves.
Oh my gosh! Now
you can
get into this,
yeah,
and
but I mean,
it gets a lot.
As far as entry level.
My wife will tell you it's really expensive. But it's a really, really cool sport that the whole family can play.
Yeah.
You don't have to be, trying to shoot down. You're just trying to get it in a basket.
Yeah.
And play your game and have a good time. But you can get as serious as you want.
Yeah.
And I've seen guys, pick it up really quick.
Yeah.
Tennis players, baseball players,
yeah,
they can sling a disc.
They can sling it because they've got that arm
strength.
strength.
Got that arm strength. It's crazy.
That explosiveness, I guess you need to do that.
And this event that's coming in, there is actually like the PGA, there's the PDGA, which is the Professional Disc Golf Association, and they have the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and these people tour, playing for money every weekend. That's how they make their living.
That's wild.
The top players in the world have sponsorships from major disc manufacturers, right? They're making pretty good money. I think one of the top rated players in the world just switched companies last year, and I think he signed a 10-year, $10 million contract.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, it can be done, but those guys are they're on a different level.
Elite level of that.
Yes.
So now I'm going to give you a chance to talk a little bit about your little side company that you have going on.
Oh, just dyeing disc? That's art.
Yeah.
Though. I mean,
the whole thing with the Spotted Skunk
dyes
that you do. And how'd you get into that? Guys, he makes these beautiful custom. Don't let him undersell it. He makes beautiful works of art on these discs.
You know me, man. I mean, you've known me. I'm always been kind of on the artsy side. I like doing art stuff, and I like being creative. And it doesn't really matter. There's a few things in this world that I'm really passionate about. That's one of them.
Yeah.
Planes are the other one. Anything that flies. That's why I'm into disc golf, because I get to watch a disc fly. You know, it's just cool to me. I don't. People always had these dyed discs, and it's progressed over the years. I've been playing disc golf for 30 years, basically.
Yeah.
And I've watched disc golf grow and change. But these dyed discs started coming around about, 15, 20 years ago. People started doing them with Sharpie markers. And they would just they were artists.
Yeah.
When I say that, my dad was an artist, and it amazes me when somebody can sit down and just draw something.
Jay could draw just freehand.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
It was unbelievable.
I can't fathom that. I can't get my hands to do that.
Yeah.
But dyeing discs, for me, I've always been good with colors.
Mm-hmm.
What colors go together. That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
And figuring out what's going on. And then I saw what they call cell dyes, and it's actually an acrylic painting scheme that artists use. That you'll see them. It'll look like a bunch of bubbles on the screen if you on the painting, and I can do that on a disc.
Yeah.
And I saw how it was done. And I was like, man, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. And I took off.
That's awesome.
I love it. I love doing
awesome,
it.
man.
That's the deal. And then, my wife's like, that's not going to sell. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if it sells or not. I love it. So I've sold a bunch. I get people ask me to dye discs for them all the time.
That's great.
Which is cool. I've dyed a disc for a touring pro. Last year, I asked him, I said, man, I'd love to dye this for you. He goes, yeah, man, I'll hook you up. And he throws for a big company.
That's cool.
And I said anything white would be great. That's the easiest color to work with on a disc for dyeing. And he comes back and goes, I got one you can dye. And he comes back and goes, man, this is our new prototype disc. It's not even on the market yet. And he goes, dye this one. It's a solid white disc.
Yeah.
And okay. And the whole time I'm thinking, I can't replace this if I screw
It's a
this
prototype
up.
disc.
It's a prototype disc. I can't get another one. And that was the most hair-raising experience I've had while doing this, because once you put it, because I pour like a bed and then lay the disc in it.
Yeah.
And it transfers it. The plastic sucks up the dye basically. But once you lay it in there, it's a done deal. it doesn't matter what you do after that. You're not saving anything.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It is what over. It is. Yeah.
And it's about an hour and a half that I was sweating. I was going, I don't know what I'm going to do if this doesn't come out. Oh my God! But it came out.
That's
perfect.
Cool, man.
He loved it, so that was cool. There's a guy on YouTube that he's got a YouTube channel. He's traveled around the country last year. he was touring around the country trying to seeing if he could cash in a pro tournament.
Right.
And he just showed up at Persimmon one Sunday.
Yeah.
And I got to meet him, and I said, man, I'd love to dye some discs for you. That'd be cool. And he's like, yeah, man. He gave me like 3 or 4 discs to dye. And so gave me an address to send them to him. He was on the road. He said, I'm going to be at this address. I said, I'll have them done.
That's cool.
Sent them to him, and then it was like maybe a month later, he's playing, of course, his normal show, and he throws a disc up that I dyed as he's going to the T-pad and goes, Spotted Skunk Dyes, Arkansas.
That's
Good
great.
People. And I just, oh man, that's
thanks,
awesome.
man.
That is so awesome.
That's
that
cool.
It was on, on YouTube, on something that I normally watch. That was really
that's
cool
great.
to see. I don't know how much you want me to talk about that. I'd rather talk about the tournament that's coming because that's
go ahead and talk about the tournament coming up.
Incredible. This state actually is on the Disc Golf Pro Tour for one tournament, the Jonesboro Open, and it's been on the tournament since it started. On the tour, since it started. Texas States is a major on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. It's the week before this A-tier that's happening out at Persimmon Ridge, and a week before Jonesboro. So a week after Texas State's, a week before Jonesboro. All these touring pros, most of them are not going to fly home. They're in a van on the road. They're coming right through here. So it worked out. But it also happens to be during the solar eclipse.
Oh, like a week before?
No. The weekend before, that Monday is the solar eclipse. So this is
I hope they have hotels.
Oh man,
because they are booked.
It'll get worked out. We're in the totalitarian zone.
Yes, we're in the area where we're going to get
4 minutes of total darkness.
Total darkness here on the eclipse.
There is a YouTube channel on YouTube, and this guy does. They follow disc golf, and they were filming most of the female pro open tour, but that got taken away from them. But this guy in 2020, the very first tournament of 2020 was at Persimmon Ridge because everything was shut down because of COVID.
Yeah,
and so that was the very first tournament, and they shot a skins match, number 1. They're up over 100 now. They do them after every pro tour event.
That's wild.
They're having, after this A-tier, during the solar eclipse, a skins match. These pros are playing for $100 a hole.
Wow.
So that'll all be on YouTube. It's really
cool. That is so cool.
So this is big. I'm going to see a lot of big touring pros that y'all not going to know who they are unless you follow disc golf, but I know who they are.
But you know who they are, and it's a big deal to you.
It's a big deal to me.
Yeah. So. It's really funny how everybody has their own little niche thing that's a big deal.
Right.
To them.
That's like pickleball. I don't know the first damn thing about pickleball.
I don't know the first thing. I used to think it was
but a lot of people play it.
I used to think it was an old people thing.
I still don't know if it is or not.
They converted the tennis courts over here at a park that's like 100 yards from my house. Yeah, it's at Gatlin Park over here. The tennis courts into pickleball courts.
So there's no tennis courts over there anymore?
I think there may be one of them that's it's still
well, they put in that new tennis center.
But they have pickleball. And all of these young people are playing pickleball now.
Yeah.
It's nuts. I think I played it in college a little bit.
I don't think I've ever played. I don't even know what you do. It looks, I don't know. I've never even seen a match, so I don't know.
It's I don't know.
But a lot of people
I know they have a paddle and a ball and a net.
Down at Burns Park, when I first started playing disc golf, there was only one place to play, and that was Burns Park. There was one course in the state of Arkansas. But right there by where you tee off on hole number 1 at that time, is it bocce balls?
Bocce ball.
That was there. It's right there. It's bocce ball court. I still don't know what that is.
It's kind of like, I don't know. I've seen it. It's kind of like croquet, I guess, in a way. But you're bowling a ball and trying to hit something.
They got a set of balls.
Well, they got a set of balls. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know how to split it, but I mean, you have different balls that they bring, and they show up in their little bags, and they.
Oh yeah, and it's a thing. But yeah, everybody's little hobbies that they have now. It's kind of neat. Mine is honestly this. This is my hobby now. That and World of Warcraft. Which I've been playing for 20 years now.
Yeah, it's been around.
It's like people say, "Oh, are you a gamer?" No, I play World of Warcraft. I have one game. Gamers, to me, are someone who plays multiple video games. Yeah. I have one. I have one.
I usually am only playing one game.
Yeah.
I mean, I still play video games, but I've only ever played one computer game.
Yeah.
Like, got wrapped up in a computer game, and that was when Command and Conquer came out.
Wasn't that the best?
Command and Conquer was awesome. Somebody had put out a hack for that. It was called Red Alchemist. And you could set all your stuff you got money for really high, and the cost of everything that you wanted to build really low,
so you could.
Man, it was just annihilation.
It was fun.
It was so much fun.
Well, Warcraft started. At first, it was just Warcraft. It was really similar in a way to kind of like Command and Conquer.
It was.
You have to build a base.
Right.
You have to get supplies, or in this case, it was like gold and timber.
They came out
farms.
about the same time,
and so it's kind of the same thing that you have to have resources to build your base up, and then you go and you conquer it. But World of Warcraft has. It was groundbreaking when it came out. I think 2004 when it came out.
And Command and Conquer was out before that, correct?
That was like 98,
99.
Yeah, I'm thinking 96.
97.
96, I think. 96 or 97.
I know I played the hell out of it.
But,
I'll tell you a funny side note when you finish the war.
Yeah, but I mean, World of Warcraft to me is like, it's my hobby. Yeah.
It's different. I mean, I've watched people play it. And
it is an open world kind of thing where you really can go anywhere in that world. And, it has, over the years, changed to the point now where there's a World of Warcraft classic that you can play now that was like the vanilla game when it first came out 20 years ago, that if you want to, you can do that. And
so you run with people on there all the time? I
have a number of different guilds that I'm in depending on the character because I'm in different ones. I'm more of a solo guy.
I got you.
I like to go out and kind of do my own thing.
I've been playing the Call of Duty games since they came out.
Now that you can really get into with a group of people, right?
And I've been playing with a group of guys. One of them I've been playing since probably 2007.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, he lives in Chicago. We've never met face to face.
Yeah,
but I mean, we talk to each other on the phone. I mean, I got another guy down in Florida. He's a good friend of mine. Never met face to face. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just good people. It's kind of like going to a bar.
Yeah,
basically, you're playing a video game and you're playing it together at the same time. Across the country, but you're talking like me and you're talking now. It's fun. I enjoy it.
That's one of the things that I really like to do. The other thing that I like to do is like smoking meats and stuff like that on a smoker. And it's funny because I saw a meme on there. It said, "Okay, you've hit 50. You have to either choose to learn how to smoke meats or learn everything there is to know about World War II." And I'm like going, well, can I do both of those? Because I would hate to think that I couldn't do both of those, And then, because, otherwise, what am I going to do if I can't watch the military channel, which is, what I like to call the Hitler channel, because like every other show is Hitler on there.
You know what I saw? It was on YouTube, but it was inside the cockpit of the Blue Angels while they were doing their show.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, it's called a Van Halen video. It was Dreams in 1980.
No, but yeah, I mean, I remember Dreams. That was cool. No, you're in the cockpit the entire time.
Oh, okay.
And you're like, you're looking out the side window. He's looking at the planes like right now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool because I've always been a Blue Angels fan.
Yeah. Well, you like airplanes and flight and things like that too. So,
I do.
As far as my free time now, one thing Debbie has told me is that, maybe you should consider when you retire being a travel agent. Because another thing I like to do, and I don't know if you can call it a hobby or not, it's just kind of an obsession, I guess, right, is that I'm always planning like 3 or 4 vacations ahead. So it's like, if you say 2026, tentatively, Universal Studios, it's stuff like that. Right. And like 2025, I think we're doing Yellowstone, and so like I'm always planning these trips far out. And so that's kind of another thing. I don't know why that entered in, but it's like these strange things that I find myself being interested in.
I'm thinking about sitting in this living room in here, and you're on the phone with that hotel in Tulsa.
Oh, dude, that was in the back of your truck.
You did it in here first.
I did it in there first, guys.
Let's just go.
Okay, so not my best moment.
We've talked about it on the show before, but that just hit my head.
Okay, so it's the Iron Maiden concert. Let me go and just tell the story. Rabbit hole, guys. Thank you. It's another topic. Like I said, it's the Willie Vanilli show. So here we are going off in another direction. But I'll tell you this story here. So we're going to see Iron Maiden. Okay, and what year was that? It's like 2017, 2016, 17.
I looked at his shirt the other day, and I didn't remember the date.
We were excited for this show. So it's like...
That's the first time I ever saw Iron Maiden. So.
Yes, and so it was you, me, Ryan, my son, who, by the way, you've seen coming out behind Chris... And he's trying to sneak out like you're not going to see him because he's moving so slow.
I've mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that I've become invisible to the eye.
Oh, hey, but great person to go to a concert with.
He's my main concert buddy, man. He's my main concert buddy because he likes all the music we grew up listening to, which is awesome because we're going to see a lot of shows this summer. But anyway, we're going to see Iron Maiden. I go online, and I'm not going to name the company, but they're a big player. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to get a letter from a lawyer.
Hey, he said it. I didn't say it.
Yeah, he didn't say it. But it's a company. They're online, and they book rooms. I'm just going to say, just leave it at that. And so they messed up.
Yes,
I said, I need 2 hotel rooms at this hotel. 2 rooms with queen beds in each one. On the day we leave, I get a notice going, due to a mishap, we have found that, you only have 1 room reserved for you. When I say not my finest moment,
yeah.
You remember Chevy Chase losing it in Christmas Vacation? Multiply that by about...
Dude, I wish I had a video camera. And we could play this. It was so funny. I'm just like,
I think the nicest thing I said was, help me to understand why. And it was off to the races after that. I sounded like, did you ever see Donald Duck get really wound up? That was me in the back seat, especially when we were driving there.
We all rode together in that one. That was me.
Yeah, we all rode together. And I was like, I said, there's a little sane part of my mind while all this is going on, while I'm chewing somebody's rear end, that I'm coming off like a crazy man. Yeah. But I'm getting things done too.
Yeah,
so
we got to.
Yeah, we finally got things done. But yeah, not. I would say my proudest. Maybe I could have handled that better.
It was just funny. You're sitting there saying, results. I'm making all these plans and this stuff, and I need to be a travel agent. I'm sitting there going, no, you probably don't.
You know what? You raise a valid point, sir. No. You raise a valid point.
No,
see, here's the thing that I find. Here's the thing I find myself. Something low stress, Butch. Maybe you just go out and smoke meats,
smoke meats and cut the grass or something.
And watch World War II documentaries.
Oh, my God.
That's your future. I can tell you right now, man, I see myself. I say things sometimes, and I hear Al Renfro coming out of my mouth.
J.W. Curtis.
And it's
comes
like,
out of my mouth
how did that happen? I'm like channeling. And
so do you ever watch Gen X Talks? Do you ever watch?
No.
You've never seen Gen X Talks?
No.
So
I thought that's what we did.
It pretty much is.
So,
you'll love it. Anybody
yeah.
on here will love this channel. But a kid, he comes in. Do you ever want to want a Gen X? Gen X thinks. Well, it's welcome to Gen X Talks. And Dad, he's walking into his
that guy. That guy. Yeah, I've seen him like on Instagram before. On the little short Instagram videos. Yes, I've seen that guy. He's like, what? What do you
the
want?
last one, oh, it's worse than that.
Yeah,
we're PG on this show.
I'm PG in it.
He's not PG.
He's not PG. Yeah.
He goes, Dad, we need to talk about something serious. Okay, hit me. He's like, pizza. Oh, pizza's serious. Not the Middle East or anything like that. Now we're talking about pizza. And he's like, what about pizza? And he's like, well, Mom said I should come talk to you. Okay, what about? Well, you ate the last two pieces of pizza that was mine. And he's like, there were a bunch of boxes of pizza on the table. I grabbed a couple of pieces. Big deal. What is the problem? Well, you ate the special one that Mom got for me. It was mine. How in the hell is it yours? He's like, well, she got it for mine. He goes, and I think there just needs to be some boundaries set here, Dad. And he goes, oh, okay, I got some boundaries for you. That microwave you're fixing to use, that's mine. So no, you can't. And the electricity, everything in this house that you haven't personally bought is mine.
Dude,
get the hell out of here.
Have you not said something very similar to your kids?
Very close.
I can tell you right now, I can remember in the last week with one of my children, whose name is Brad, who was saying something about that, and I was like, I'm sorry. I think I'm the one that pays for blah, 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 and I totally went off on that whole thing.
So I have a 17-year-old daughter. You know this.
I do know this.
And I swear at least once a week, I have to tell her straight up, excuse my language, you ain't running shit around here. So you need to just close your mouth.
Yeah.
I see you pay no bills or nothing like that, so you just need to hush.
Okay, so I'm about to chase a rabbit because you mentioned something there. There's a guy named Chris Biggs, and I have shared this video. Guys, okay, so chasing a rabbit. We have a group text, okay?
Yeah.
That is between me, Chris, the Clegg brothers,
the twins,
and Joe Powers. Yep. And it's a continual text.
You talk about Willie Vanilli.
Yeah, you talk about Willie Vanilli. But there's a guy named Chris Biggs that I shared out there, and if you look him up on social media, he's hilarious. He's a DJ from Canada, but he has some hilarious videos. And he was talking about the 5 ways to calm your wife down.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm probably going to insert it like right here, and then we'll come back and discuss it. It's seriously one of the funniest things I've ever said. But one of the funniest lines that he has in there, and trust me, it's nothing you ever want to say to your wife in real life. Well, maybe you want to, but you won't do it.
So hold up. Before you tell this, push pause. Show me this video because you're going to show it there, and then we can talk about it.
Okay.
Are you in a relationship with a woman and you're tired of all that hooting and hollering? Well, here are 5 surefire ways passed down from generation to generation of men on how to calm those ladies down. Number 5, just tell her to calm down. Sometimes women get all caught up in their womaning and forget the basic rules of polite discourse. A gentle reminder to calm down should simmer the situation. Number 4, remind her to relax. This helps the ladies who understand their level of energy is inappropriate but aren't quite sure what the next step to take. Number 3, you're here, I need you here. This simple physical action can help demonstrate the de-escalation necessary in the situation. Number 4, pretend this is your crazy knob. We need to turn it way down. Again, just another physical demonstration to show them the proper path. And number 1, only to be used in extreme cases. You're acting like your mother, and this world doesn't need 2 bitches that crazy walking around. Just use these 5 simple methods, and you'll never have an out-of-hand lady again. We'll see you next time.
No.
So I just showed this on here. We just watched it, and it's like, You know what I thought? Is like, he's trying to get some young men
Oh
killed.
my God! What a terrible way to learn these things.
Oh, they're gonna learn.
Yeah,
They gonna learn, all right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Boot.
Yeah. Let's see some
Butch.
young guy going in and going, you're here. I need you here.
Yeah. So Ralphie May had the best line ever.
Yeah.
You can either be right, or you can be
You
happy.
can be happy. Yeah. Pick.
Remember that. If none of this stuff you just saw, don't do that. You can
Don't
either
do
be
that.
right or you can be happy.
That's absolutely true.
I guarantee it.
Because I know a lot of guys because it was important that if you're right, by God, you want to
Yeah. No.
show them how right you are. Yeah. No, you don't. You may think you do, but you don't, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it, man.
That old saying, for all you ladies out there, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Oh, shit.
There's a reason that's a saying. I'm just going to tell you right there. Yeah, you don't want that cold shoulder because it gets mighty cold.
There's two words that can come out of my wife's mouth that I know that I have gone too far. And then one of them starts with an F, and the other one starts with a Y.
Yeah.
And I realize I've probably gone too far.
Frozen yogurt.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
Frozen yogurt, Chris. Frozen yogurt.
I'm just saying.
Listen, here's yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't do any of those things. It's funny. As a matter of fact, I showed that video to Debbie, and she cracked up. She goes, "You got to send that to me. I got to show it to folks at work because it's obviously a parody." And this guy has a lot. Chris Biggs, guys, look him up. He's absolutely hilarious. His funniest things that he does is things that I've done to make my wife mad.
You're crazy knob.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah. No. What's wrong with you? Don't do that.
Yeah, that's a good way to get stabbed.
Yeah, that's a good way to get hurt. Why is this pillow on my face? Why? I can't breathe.
I'm married to a Polish girl. Yeah. No, not a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, my friend Jeff Hauser. Jeff, if you're listening out there, he married Barbara Jaworski. So yeah, he understands. You and him need to have a support group together.
Borowski. So,
yeah, you guys need to have a support group together, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's a different breed. Man.
But yeah, man.
And if you're listening, babe, I love you. Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, listen. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I would
I'm
never,
telling you.
Ever tell you.
Listen.
Crazy
I know. Maybe back in the day I would have done it once, and then that would have been. I wouldn't have done it anymore.
Wisdom. We're back to wisdom.
Hard earned.
Trying to save you, boys.
Trying to help you out there.
Yep.
Listen, man, there is no, and I feel like if there's anything we could share with young married guys, it's one thing. Just don't. You have something you want to say to them.
No.
Don't.
Oh, I thought you meant don't do it all together.
Yeah, no. I mean, don't. Just don't. Covers a whole lot of ground. You want to fuss about something, just don't. You want to be right, just don't. You want to do, and listen.
That one thing that's bothering you, don't compare it to the 24 things that are bothering her about you.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
You're going to get swarmed like a swarm of bees.
And let me tell you another thing that's wrong with you that you didn't know about, mister. Yeah.
Right. Oh, my
God. Yeah. But listen, man, I wouldn't trade being married for anything.
Neither.
You know what scares me to
I'm
death?
married well.
You know what scares me to death?
What's that?
Being single at our age. That would... Well, I don't know if it'd terrify me now because Debbie and I had a conversation one time, because every married couple does. Every married couple does. Listen to this. It was the conversation about, if I died, would you get remarried? And I sincerely said, nope. And then she looks at me and goes, oh, no, you need to be married. I was like, what does that mean? I can,
This is a true story.
Yeah.
We had that same conversation, and Cindy said, if I die, I want you to get remarried. And I turned and looked at her and went,
I was like, no.
are you crazy?
No.
She goes, but I want you to be happy. Oh, trust me, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy. Trust me. I'll be fine.
Somehow I'll get by.
That's
a true story. Yeah.
True story.
But so was this one. I mean, she said, it was a conversation about, because Debbie's not going to get remarried. And she's what she says.
City May, I don't know. We didn't get that far.
And I said, I don't know. I'll be dead.
Right. I mean, the vows say, and I've always taken my vows very serious.
Yep.
The vows say, till death do you part.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have a problem with it
at
all. I told her when we decided
just don't marry a jerk.
When we were getting married, we decided we were going to get married. I said, I am doing this one time.
Yeah.
I told her, I'm doing this one time.
I said that.
We're not going to get in here and decide that I can just get out. No, you need to make sure this is what you want when we do this, because it's for
the thing is I think vows mean things.
I do too.
And when you make a vow before God that, that you're going to do this, that's a vow. That's not just like, a simple promise or anything. It is a vow. And I absolutely believe that a lot of people have gone into marriages with the idea, well, if this doesn't work out,
we'll just get a divorce.
We'll just get a divorce. I'm
That's
sorry.
What's wrong, man.
That's wrong.
First of all, you don't need to be married.
Yeah, you don't need to be married. If that's your idea going into it, you don't need to get married.
That's advice for you young people.
Yeah,
marriage is very serious. And trust me, and when I tell you this, if there's anything about that person that you're fixing to marry that you don't like,
it's going to multiply times 10.
By 10. And by 10, it's going to be that bad. You're going to hate it. It's not something to take lightly at all. And I wouldn't take $1 trillion for my life.
No.
And I have 2 beautiful children, awesome kids, and a beautiful wife that we have a great relationship.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade it for anything.
No, I wouldn't either.
But will I do it again? Absolutely.
The thing is that
not. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
Well, my thing is that first of all, I see single guys our age, and it's just sad.
But is it sad, or are they really, really happy?
Or are they really happy? You don't know it. I don't know.
I'm just asking. I say, I don't say I wouldn't see other women at that time, but I don't think I would ever remarry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course you want to go do things with people.
Yeah.
And female companionship is a special thing. If you find the right person.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's just not the same. Yeah, man. That'd be cool. But I'm saying I do again. Nah, probably not.
Well, the thing is that honestly, Debbie and I have been together. And guys, if you don't know this story, I'm about to tell you the story. Debbie and I met when we were very young.
Yep.
We were, I was 15 and she was 13 when we met. And she was in 8th grade and I was in 10th grade.
I know. I thought she was 14.
And, well, she was about to be. She was like 2 months before.
Because we had choir together.
Yeah. She was 2 months before she was 14.
Me and Debbie sang together.
Yeah. And so we have been together now. We've had ups and downs. We had little breakups during the time, but we ended up getting married in 1986, and she was 18 and I was 20. And would I recommend that if a kid comes to me today and he's 20 and she's 18, I would say, are you sure about this?
I've been married almost 40 years, Butch.
Yeah. We have been, 37 and a half years. Yeah. In 2026, we will have been married 40 years. And the thing is that it's not easy. It has moments. It's easier now than it's ever been. I'm going to be honest with you. It really is. It's easier now than it's ever been.
I agree with you 100%. 100%.
But if you look at all of the things that were against us going into it, you married too young. You had special needs kids. You had 2 special needs kids. The stats say we should be divorced and hating each other. But we didn't let those things tear us apart. We let it bring us together as a team because you got
that's a marriage.
That's a marriage.
That's what that
is.
is.
And here's the thing about love that I don't think people understand. Love is not that little fluttery feeling you have the first 3 months you know somebody. Okay, that's puppy love. That's infatuation, lust, whatever that you have going into it. Love is deciding that I told, it's like Debbie wanting to push me down the stairs when I'm walking in front of her, but not doing it. You know what I mean? It is making a decision that you are going to whatever, and you said you and Cindy did the same thing, that you're going to make a decision that you are going to be, that you got it's you and me against the world.
That's right.
And the best thing that we could have done at the time, Debbie being very young, we moved off to Hot Springs, Arkansas together, away from everybody, away from my parents, away from her parents. Now, we would come home on the weekends. We would come home on the weekends and stuff like that. But for the most part, during it was us. And I think that was vital. That was vital for us. I think
so, too. I do.
Especially being the age, because we literally grew up together.
All right.
And long story short, as time has gone on, she has aged like wine, and I have aged like a banana.
Nah.
So,
All right. Man. Looking back, I didn't give y'all Snow West chance in hell.
Really? You didn't?
No, man.
Because we were young.
It was way young.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I'm just being honest with you, you're one of my best friends in the entire world. But, I mean, that was the deal. Oh, my God, man. Butch, why? Why are you getting married? What, you 20 years old?
Yeah. Well, the thing is
but you had already been in Hot Springs too.
I had also, and I wholeheartedly believe this. When people say, "No, you need to go out and date other people. You need to do this." No, when God gives you the person that you're supposed to be with,
I agree with you 100%.
Okay,
I do.
When you're given that person, why would you say no? I want to go out and make mistakes. And I want to be with people, you know what? No. But I'm saying that is what was being said to me by other people.
Yeah,
at the time.
That wasn't why I didn't think y'all would make it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, because we were young and stupid, well, listen, dude, it's by the grace of God.
Yeah,
honestly,
I was 26 when I got married. Me and Cindy been married 30 years, and yeah, ups and downs. Holy crap! I've had my own share. Oh yeah, everybody does.
Everybody does. That's marriage.
But that's what
that's life. That's a marriage.
Cindy got that's my best friend.
Yeah,
my wife is literally my best friend.
Ditto.
Yeah. 100%.
People ask who my best friend is. It's Debbie.
Yeah. I mean, my best guy friend growing up. There's a few.
There's a couple out there,
but not you're not her.
No,
and I mean,
never will be.
I'm not,
and
Debbie.
I shouldn't be.
No,
that's the thing. One thing that but you know what I mean.
No,
and I shouldn't be.
I almost said something. I'm like, no, I don't even say that.
No, I know where you were going, and no, I'm not Mark Clegg. Guys, that's an inside joke, and we're gonna stop right there with it. I got Chris laughing so hard. Guys, it's been a joke for years, and we're just going to stop right there.
Dog Tick, you know who you are, man. Dude, I couldn't stop laughing when you said that. Oh, my God. That was hilarious. I'm sorry, people. We can't repeat that at all.
No, we can't.
It was funny and right on time.
It was. I have to say, that was well executed on my part. But yeah,
there's nothing like two brothers going at it. I'm just telling you, we have grown up watching the Clegg twins fight each other. It's been awesome.
Okay, I'm about to tell on them right there, and if they listen to it, that's too bad. But the story of when I saved Mark Clegg's life. So I was driving the Clegg boys to school. Okay, so I was showing up. And at the time, Mike was dating someone. I'm not going to say who it was, but he was dating someone. He was very serious about it. And Mark was like, it's brothers. And these guys are seniors in high school at the time. And
guys, they're identical twins.
And they're identical twins. And he had finally pushed Mike to the point where he was saying this, he's messing with him. And Mike snapped. And luckily, I was there because he jumps on him like a duck on a June bug. And he's like choking Mark down there. He's like, get him off me. And I had to pull I said, dude, you are killing him. You know. But yeah, that's a true story.
Oh my God.
You know, and I was like, and you know, as small as they were then, they were wiry. Anyway.
Here's the thing, man. We're doing this Willie Vanilli stuff. But
yeah.
If people could literally see the memories I have in my mind, it would be the greatest movie.
Oh, it would, wouldn't it?
It would be shit.
No.
Nonstop.
Yeah.
Nonstop
action and fun. And you know, we could title it "Let's Build a Ramp."
Yeah.
Because you know, boys that age.
Oh my Lord.
And nothing good ever came of saying "Let's build a ramp." Usually ends up with a broken collarbone.
My mom would hear that little motorcycle come. They had Kawasaki 80s or the 80s.
Yeah.
Him and Mike had green ones, and then Carmen
Yeah.
had a blue one. Their older sister had a blue one. And it got down to where Mark's was the only one running.
Yeah.
And so him and Mike would ride. Mike would ride on the back of Mark. And he'd come to, here comes my mom. Them boys going to get killed on that motorcycle. They gonna get, she hated motorcycles.
Oh, I know.
Boys going to get killed on that motorcycle.
Oh, dude. I wasn't allowed to ever get a motorcycle.
No,
I was not allowed. Now, a three-wheeler was different because it had 3 wheels on it.
Man,
now,
was so much fun
what did I do on the three-wheeler? Had a wreck. I got a scar to this day that looks horrendous on my kneecap because of that three-wheeler.
Yeah, if you'd done that today, you'd go through somebody's living room.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because there's a house there now. Short story is the road turned, and I couldn't because there was ice on the road, and I was being chased by a pretty large pack of dogs.
Man, that was. Do you remember when those pack of dogs were running around Church Hill?
Yes.
Ed Alexander took the ringleader out.
Yeah.
He was a Doberman.
Ladies and gentlemen, podcast general manager Bentley.
We'll turn the lights out.
Yeah.
Bentley, Jesus.
Yeah, man, you think he pays all the bills around here?
It was a Doberman that had packed up all those dogs.
Yeah.
And they were killing people's dogs and everything.
Oh, they were killing cats and everything around there.
He took the Doberman out.
Yeah.
In his backyard.
Wow.
And the
pack disbanded.
Disbanded. He was right. He's like, that's the problem right there.
There's your problem. Oh man, dude, this has been a fun show. We've been going at it about an hour.
Are you serious?
52 minutes and 41 seconds at this point.
It doesn't seem like it, does it?
Doesn't seem like it, does it? But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to just hear us do the Willie Vanilli episode. We're going to do more of these because these are
I had a good time.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Man, listen, we got some friends we need to bring on here.
We do.
At some point. The Clegg twins got to make an appearance.
They've made
we're going to make y'all share a camera. Y'all going to have to sit right next to each other.
And try not to fight.
Yeah. And then we got to get Big Joe Powers on here too.
Oh.
That's no.
Yeah. You can't. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Retro Show program. We are so excited that you enjoy popping in. I have people now telling me at work. There's a lady that I work with, and I'm kind of mortified that she's like, I listen to you. I love your podcast. And I was going, it's going to get around work. But anyway, folks, listen, we love that you tune in each week. RetroShow.net. Please join us next time. We'll be here. Have your day, people.
AMF, guys.